Are you thinking about buying land? Well, you stumbled upon the right video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the steps to buying land and the pitfalls to avoid when buying land, because a lot of people think buying land is like buying a house, residentially, and it's completely different when it comes to the actual lending process and purchasing as well. So anyways, stick around to the end of this video and you'll learn a thing or two. My name is Nikita Pavlov, I'm with Westbrook Realty, and without further ado, let's get into the video. First thing I want to talk about is how will you purchase the land? How will you buy the land? So a lot of people have, this common misconception that when you're buying land, vacant land, that it's like buying a single family home in the suburbs or something like that. Well, I want to tell you right off the bat that it's definitely not like that. Land loans are significantly different than a conventional loan that you get from a bank. So a little bit about that. When you want to purchase a land, let's just say empty vacant land, and it's costs $500,000 or something like that. You got to go and get a loan for a land loan. So those loans are usually much higher in interest rate. They can be up to 10%, unlike your traditional conventional loans on like a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, which could range from 2 to 3 to 4 depending on the market. But anyway, land loans are quite more complicated and can cost a lot more interest. Like any loan, it's much wiser if your credit score is higher before you start looking and shopping to purchase land, just because lenders will favor a higher credit score versus if you have a lower credit score, you're gonna be in a bit of a struggle in any scenario when you're buying a house or land. It doesn't matter. When people are loaning you money, especially lenders at a bank, they wanna see that you have a good high FICO score so you can get the best interest possible for your money. So, aside from those two things, those are probably, the most important, but you also want to look at exactly, locality of land, where it is, how the land is zoned, what is on the land. Does it have well? Does it have water flow to it? Does it have a septic tank system? Or are you going to have to build everything on this land? Permits sometimes for land can be tens and thousands of dollars just to put power or something on land. So before before purchasing land, you really want to make sure that you're looking at everything that the land has as far as zoning, how it's zoned, what's on it, does it have power. Look at all the aspects of the land and understand what you're buying. Because if it looks like a pitfall for your money to just fall into, maybe stay away from that, because it could cost you so much more money than you think, rather than just buying, people think they'll buy $200,000 land, but they'll spend $800,000 just building everything on there. So they think they're getting a bargain, and in reality, their money is really just gonna go fly out their pocket, building everything on the land. So those 3 tips right there, I would really watch out for sure when you're purchasing land, and keep your eye out for. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is, make sure you are going around with a real estate agent when you're looking for land. I know you can do things by yourself and look for land by yourself on Redfin, Zillow, etc. But, having a professional realtor on your team and on your side, helping you navigate through the MLS, which, by the way, contact me down below. My information is here on the screen if you want me to help you find land or anything in your area, because the MLS is what we use to navigate efficiently through the market to find our clients the best possible deals. Some of them are off market, and we really that you won't see on Redfin and Zillow, that we can help you with acquiring. On top of that, there's notes in the MLS for agents to look at to see exactly what we're dealing with. Are there restrictions? Are there, what are the seller's expectations? When is the offer due date? All these things that we have access to. So it's very important that even when looking for land, that you're working with a qualified and professional real estate agent who has your best interests at heart. It's no cost to you at all to work with a realtor, and we will help you and do all the work for you to make sure we get you the deal that you're looking for. So definitely work with a realtor. And the third tip I want to give to you guys is search public services on the land that you're looking at. Now, I know I kind of covered this a little bit in the beginning, but I want to go a little bit more in depth into it. So you want to make sure that before you're buying the land that you want to make sure that you're looking at everything in terms of, is the land buildable on? Like, for example, you want to start with zoning to make sure it meets size requirements. What are the restrictions as far as what you can build on the land and what you cannot build on the land? Is it zoned for, R1 residential zoning? Is it zoned for, commercial use or, land use? These things are very important to know before you make a move, because you don't want to buy a piece of property, especially vacant land, and then realize, oh wow, I can't build my house on here, or this isn't zoned for this particular situation that I wanted to do. So yeah, definitely look at zoning. That's very important. Another thing you want to make sure is, does the property have gas? Does the property have electricity? Can it be, can electrical conduits, poles be powered into the land? Does it have a septic tank? Does it have a sewage system? Does it have all these things? Or is it just ground you're working with? You want to make sure, because the thing is, some lands will have everything already done. Everything will be permitted, zoned. You just kind of move in like a home. Other lands will have 50% of the work done, that you might have to add the other 50. Maybe you need to add the septic tank, but it had the power. So you want to make sure and really do your research first. That's why you want to also work with a realtor, because they're going to help you understand the best way to go about it and make the correct purchase, so you don't end up in a pitfall where what you wanted to be like an investment dream is now like a nightmare for you. So you want to really focus in on those key things that I just talked about. Also, you want to make sure that, does this land have a conservation approval? If it's like a wetland, you want to make sure that you're not, that no matter what you do on the land, that you're not violating any kind of guidelines with the county. Maybe there is specific wildlife that is preserved there, or some type of plant or bush, that you can't really, build into that area, or brush or whatever, what have you. Depending on where you are, different counties, different states, different locations have different sets of rules and regulations. So you really want to look into all this and do your research to make sure that you're doing everything legally and correctly, so that you will not have to face trouble or litigation like later down the line. So again, another reason to have a good realtor to help you out with that. A construction loan may be better than a land loan just because it lets you build on the land right away without any contingencies attached to the loan. So in some cases, like when you buy land, you might just get a land loan for that specific land, but a construction loan will help you build on the land with the home that you're looking for. This way you can build the home according to your specifications, and then once the loan is paid off in full, you can use the other collateral for the other loan and kind of build up and piggyback on that. Yeah, sometimes depending on the situation you're in, the construction loan can be much better than a land loan. Also, be aware of upfront costs like title insurance and recording fees. Sometimes these things are kind of hidden and people don't realize them until the actual time comes, and then they have to pay these fees. So I do want to stress to be aware of these things and keep in mind that there is fees and closing costs to every deal, even land. So when you do go into a transaction, make sure that your real estate agent knows exactly what you're going into and all the fees involved in the purchase. My name is Nikita Pavlov. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe to the channel below. My information is down below here, my phone. Give me a ring, contact me if you're in the Santa Clara County or the Bay Area, and I would love to help you. Or in California, anywhere, I would love to help you. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.